All right, welcome back, fellow gamblers. This is episode 2 of my video vlogs for trading. I received a lot of comments about my vacuum cleaner last time, so I had my girlfriend come in and spruce up my YouTube studio space, my office space, for this video. I hope you guys like it much better. Today's drink of the day, we got my personal favorite, Perrier Lime. Love these, drink at least one of these a day, all the time. Today's drink. Alright, so today we have a lot of positives and negatives regarding the trading this week. Let's go into the negatives first. The negatives, it's never really a complete week for me without me trading like a complete turd for one day and just making some sort of mistake. And this week's major mistake was really a trade that I took in the pound dollar or cable. That's just my day trading strategy. This isn't the strategy with Tom. But I basically took a trade where it didn't quite reach the support, but it was very, very close, and I thought it was close enough for me to be able to go ahead and take the trade, but it wasn't quite in the rules. And whenever I do something like that, I always get very uneasy just because I've been burned so many times. But this all kind of stems from one root problem that I've just been battling. And that problem is FOMO, or the fear of missing out. And it's not that I make the same exact mistake over and over and over, but this problem presents itself in many different variations. Entering trades too soon, trades not quite meeting the rules, or something along that nature, taking on a little bit more risk than I had intended. And it all stems from the root problem of not wanting to miss the move or not wanting to miss out on making the money, right? And so, I had already kind of experienced these issues. So when I took this trade, I felt extremely uneasy about it. And that uneasy feeling just leads to, when you're in the trade, a lack of conviction, a lack of confidence. And when you get that lack of confidence in a trade, you're watching every single tick. And as we all know, when you're watching every single up and down tick in a trade, it becomes very difficult to hold on to the trade. I mean, you're basically shitting your pants every time it ticks against you. And every time it goes in your favor, you're never comfortable because you know that it very well could go down to, where you had originally intended to get involved or whatever it is, right? So this week I took a trade and it didn't quite hit my level, but I took the trade anyways. I thought it was close enough. It tricked me, it got me. And, after this trade, I reflected a bit because I hadn't made this sort of mistake in quite some time. And I was reflecting and I was actually thinking back to a quote that Tom had said. And it went something like this. How did it go? It went, you should think of reasons not to trade rather than reasons to trade. And this quote was actually reiterated by my good trading friend who I trade every day with. He said, Sean, you really should think of reasons not to trade. And as I was thinking about that, it's like I need to have a mindset shift, you know what I mean? Because at this point I can make money. The key for me is to just be able to hold on to the gains that I make. And when I do stuff like this, it's just giving back things for no reason. I had the uneasy feeling. There was a clear reason for me not to trade. It didn't hit my level I had wanted it to. And yet I took the trade anyways, and what happens, obviously I lose the trade. But even during the trade, even if, it would have been very difficult for me to hold on to the trade even if it was a winner, because every up and down tick I was either sweating bullets, or, and it's just bad. So, next week's focus is definitely going to be focusing on reasons not to trade, trying to hold on to my money, really only focusing on the perfect opportunities. I don't need to hit every single trade. If I have one winning trade a week and don't give anything back, that's a winning week, and winning weeks turn to winning months, and winning months turn to winning years. So it's really just, focusing on those best opportunities, making sure everything lines up just right, everything's perfect, and just really switching that mindset up. So that's going to be my focus for this coming week. Now, on to some of the more positive aspects. We made money this week. So we made money in a day trading strategy, which is my personal strategy, and then we made money on Tom's strategy. The first week of trading Tom's strategy, we made money. Not a lot, but we did come out positive. We had 2 losers and 1 winner. Like I said before, I'm going to show you every single trade. So we're about to get into the charts here, and I'll show you all the trades I took. 2 of those trades actually are not trades that Tom would have taken. He releases 1 video a day. And so based on the knowledge I had at the beginning of the week when I took a couple of these trades, I thought they may have been decent opportunities, but then I got some more information released to me. And they were in fact opportunities that he would not have taken. That begs the question, should I be trading without having all the information? Debatable. But like I said, YOLO, we're doing this, so we're just going to take it week by week and see how it goes. So let me show you the trades right now and what exactly I did this week. All right, so like I said, I just wanted to go over some of the trades that I took this week, or rather all the trades that I took this week for Tom's strategy. So the first trade I took was back here on the dollar Swiss, and I just saw this high here, and price came down, made its way back up, and then put in that candle there. Didn't take out that high, and I thought when it was going to pull back, there was a very high chance that this high was going to be taken. So I decided to get long on a retest of this level here and look to take that high. If we go forward, we can see that that clearly just did not work. And like I said before, earlier in the week, I was taking trades that wouldn't have necessarily been in Tom's plans, and this is one of them, because if we look, we actually have a major high here. And if you zoom out, like that's actually a pretty major high there. So that high had already been taken over here, and we got rejection. We didn't get any, break and close above for acceptance. So we got rejection from that high, and price just kind of fell away. Now, Tom likes to only make decisions around major points. So this level here wouldn't have been a major level, in my opinion. The major level was here, or rather at this high back here, and we can see that it showed rejection from there. So he wouldn't have been, or I don't think it would have been a good opportunity to try and get long here. So that was the dollar Swissy. I took a loss there. And we move on to the Euro GBP, where I took a short. We had a series of lows here, and price broke out there, broke down below, this support level. And we took a short right here to try and play for these lows down here. Obviously, that didn't pan out. We had all this going on before it eventually did come and take those lows. But we weren't able to pull anything from that, so we took a loss there. So now we're down 2 for the week. And then we get to the dollar Canadian, which is a trade I actually stalked for most of the week. And, I was really happy with the way this trade kind of played out, because I really kind of planned it out and waited very patiently for this to happen. So we had a major support level down here, and I figured, okay, if we get down there, I'm gonna look to get long, but I want to see, some sort of sign first. So we got this, and it basically took the low and faked out the low. So we have a bunch of people here that may have tried to get short down through here, and maybe they're trapped or whatever. So once I saw this, I got long, and my first target was here. So we got long, held, and that pretty much went straight to target there. And I was out of the trade, but what ended up happening was it kept going up like this throughout the day, and it was very close to closing the day and creating a daily bias for a continued move. And I thought the next place it would go would be, around here to take these highs. So we get this, and it rounds back around, and then right here I decided to take another position long. If you can see, we had support here, resistance here, and if you look to the left, you had some resistance here and a very strong level of support back here as well. So it's a pretty formidable level that just kind of flipped back and forth. So, with the daily bias now forming long, I decided to take an entry again here and hold out for my secondary target. So You know, we pulled it into here, it broke above, we got back long and held up to here. And from that, we were able to pull about 3.25 R. So that was good. We puts us positive for the week, about 1.25. And I forgot to mention earlier, I said I took 3 trades, but I actually took 4. I took a cable trade where, you know, we had this resistance level here. We had a major high here. Price came up, almost took it, but didn't quite take it. So I figured when it rounds back around to this resistance level, we can get long. And so I bought the pound here, expecting a move to take these highs. But then what ended up happening was it just kind of did nothing really. It just kind of stayed here. And coming into Friday, one of my personal rules is I don't like to hold losing trades over the weekend due to the risk of gaps and it gapping against you and gapping past your stop and stuff. So once I saw it kind of not really going anywhere, we're getting to the end of the day Friday, you know, I just decided to close out the position and wait for a better opportunity next week. So I ended up taking a loser of about 0.3 R on this trade, which still brings us positive for the week. So we lost, you know, 2 R on the first 2 trades. We made about 3 R, a little over 3 R on this third trade, and this one we lost about a quarter of an R. So we are up, not much, maybe about 0.75 R. And in a second, I'll just bring the equity curve onto the screen so that you guys can see. So here's our equity curve so far with the strategy. You can see we took 2 losers quickly, came up back into the positive, and you know, had a small loss here, which, you know, we're still above the 0 mark, which is good for the first week especially. But I just wanted to show you the trades that we took this week. Could be better. Obviously the strike rate isn't great, but we are positive this week, and that's the end goal at the end of the day, is to make money. So there you have it. That's our first week. I hope you guys liked the video. You know, I would really appreciate it if you like, or give me some feedback, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. That'd be great. I appreciate it all. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.